205 pounds is a bit of a mess right now. And it's a bit of a mess because you got John Jones has stepped out or has been taken out. You got Daniel Cormier has left the division and won the heavyweight crown. You got to question what his motivation to return is. Regardless of what his words are, you still got to look at it and go, okay, when I make my moves here, what is my best guess? If I was to put myself in Daniel's shoes, what would I do? And you got to ask yourself that. So you got Daniel out of the division now. Some of the top name guys and very good fighters, but they do represent an old guard, which a promoter often will want to look to a new guard. So your Shoguns and your Glover Teixeiras, where do they fit into it? And I don't know the answer to that, but you got to ask yourself this. And all of a sudden it starts to become very clear that Anthony Smith is rising up to the top. And I think that it's also very clear that Gustafsson is likely to be in a championship fight. So let's say that what I believe to be true is true, which is Daniel Cormier is eventually going to vocally come to the reality that he's already well aware of. He just hasn't told anybody, which is, I'm not going back to 205 pounds. So let's say Daniel Cormier does that. If you're in the 205-pound division, you got to be going, okay, who's the number one contender? Is it Gus? Yeah, okay, it's probably Gus. Then if I want to fight for a world championship, all I need to do is be standing opposite Gus. But hold on, not quite that easy, because Daniel hasn't come to this realization yet. It hasn't been announced and he hasn't been stripped. So imagine this scenario. You're going to go fight Gus this weekend. If you didn't fight him this weekend and you could kick the can down the road 3 months, you could be doing the exact same fight against the exact same guy, but now the championship's on the line. I don't love it when guys start doing this. I love it as a fan and as a competitor. You go fight whoever wants to fight whenever they want to fight. That is what I firmly believe. I am just vocalizing to you guys that when you get some of these guys in the room that overthink some of these situations and annoy all of us all to hell, that one is going to be a little bit of a problem. If Gus is your next fighter, if you're going to step up and take on Gus in short notice, you're taking a big risk. If I beat him, do I now become the number one contender and I assure myself that I get to fight in the championship fight when they strip DC or when he vacates? Or do I just acknowledge that Gus is a big name and is a good guy at the right place at the right time? I'm going to just wait and attach myself to that fight. But once the title's on the line, so 205 pounds seems to be a little of a mess right now because guys are doing what I consider to be some overthinking. I believe, and particularly in this sport, it's not always instant, but the cream does rise to the top. I think you should go take the fights you can get when you can get them against the guys who want to do them with you. That's what I think. That's a good strategy. There are other strategies out there, though, and whether they annoy me or not, I think that we're seeing them at play right now.